Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ryan Bodrick with Sex with Gods, where I teach men to be godlike in their sexual conquests. And in today's video, I got my very first email, and this one's interesting. I really like this one a lot. I didn't get a chance to really read the whole thing all the way through, but I kind of got a gist of where this guy's at. That's why I wanted to put this video together to try to help him out. Um, it's it's awesome that when you use your sexual energy towards a goal and you're forward focus, forward thinking, forward momentum, right? He goes into the email talking about how he met this really beautiful woman, and she's like a 10 plus plus, he says, and she was all over him, like literally, like on the date he went with her, she was literally all over him, right? And then when he first met up with her, she was pursuing him, and he wasn't doing any pursuing at all. Like, he was just focused on what he wanted to do with his client that he was meeting, and she was just all over him, you know. And it's amazing what happens when you got this like godlike power. When you take your sexual energy, like you get yourself all horned up, and then you instead of pursuing the panani, you pursue instead a goal, and you use that same energy of pursue. Instead of going after the woman pursuing, you go after the goal, right? And you turn that around, and you go after that goal, and it's magnetic. Women pick up on this and they love it. They absolutely love it. They could feel it, they could sense it, again, like I said, and you'll see in this email what I mean. So let's get into this, because this is a good one. I like this one. He says, "What's up, Swig? Oh, I'm sorry, SWG, Sex with Gods. Love your channel, thank you, and your advice, thank you. I honestly think it's so much better than Corey Wayne, because you actually tell how compared to Corey telling why." Okay, let me address that. I think I know where you're getting at with this one. Corey Wayne's videos, he does tell a lot of how, and he also gets into a lot of whys. But he doesn't really get into specifically like how, more of the why, because the fact that it's more like a foundation for his work, just like his book. And he even mentions in his videos and stuff, that his live video broadcast that he does, when he's doing where he's answering questions, that his book is a foundation, right? Because what happens is everybody's an individual, and what specifically might work for one person is not going to work for this person, right? So he makes it more generalized as a foundation to build yourself on top of, right? That's why he says that, like, read his book 15 to 20 times to get the principles down, right? Which perfectly makes sense, because once you get those principles down, everybody can actually use the principles. Everybody can build off the principles, and then you basically tailor off the principles based on your personality, right? Which makes total sense, and I can understand why you're saying that. But Corey Wayne is excellent in this business. I think also Mac McCarthy is really good in this business. I think he's a very close competitor to Corey Wayne. And if you want to check out his channel, go to Coach Mac McCarthy, and he's awesome. But again, like I said, I can understand why you're going with that, because it's a building the principles and foundation off of that. I can see why you would say that. So anyway, he goes on. He goes, "Anyway, I was hoping you could help me with the situation I'm having a difficult time dealing with." Of course. Let me see what I can do here for you, bro. All right. I met this beautiful secretary, and honestly, I wasn't even trying. See how awesome that is? When you have that sexual energy focused towards something else, you weren't even trying, and you met her. Let's see. He goes, "I used your technique, got myself all horned up, and was out prospecting to meet an influential client who owns a multi-million-dollar real estate business. He flips houses." Okay, so you had that goal in your mind. That was more like one of your milestones, and I'm assuming you're trying to build a business now, right? Which is awesome. Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, um, you wanted to take that milestone step to meet somebody, and you got yourself all horned up, and you pursued to get this milestone goal accomplished, which is awesome. Props to you. Props to you, brother. He goes on to say, long story short, because I was focused on my goal I had in mind and using my sexual energy, I wasn't even focused on this 10 plus plus. See? What happened was is she sensed it. She felt it. She felt the confidence. She felt the sexual energy exuding off of you because you didn't go rub one out. You didn't have any release. You were carrying that, right? And it was like, it was vibrating off you, just, it's just this high energy vibrating off of you. And she felt it. She sensed it. She knew there was something going on with you, and that you were so forward focused on your goal that she had a very difficult time trying to figure out what was up with you. Like, she felt your sexual energy, but she also felt that you were so focused on achieving this milestone goal. Awesome work, brother. Awesome. Then I noticed that she kept flirting with me within 30 seconds of confirming my appointment. You see, again, like I said, you just felt that energy. Like, she felt that energy. It was just exuding off you because you were so horned up, right? And she sensed it. But you weren't pursuing her. You were pursuing your goal. Forward, focused, momentum, right? Awesome. So I told her that I'd like to take her out after I was done with my meeting. Okay, good. She instantly gave me her phone number and it seemed like she begged me to promise I'd call her. Doesn't this feel good? Doesn't this power feel good? Right? Like, when you're consciously aware of what you're doing, it just feels awesome, doesn't it, man? It feels awesome. She instantly gave me her phone. Okay, I read that part already. And begged me to promise I'd call her. I said, chill, I am taking you out, but for now I gotta meet, name omitted. Okay, that response could have been kind of like, more like a dick. I could see where you're going with it, but going that direct approach, or trying to be that bad boy, like, chill, I'm taking you out, right? Like I get that you had that energy, but I'm also sensing at the same time, and this is just years and years of experience of doing this, okay? And you can tell me if I'm wrong, but what I sensed in that moment of time, you started to lose focus of your goal, and you started to focus more on her. So you kind of like consciously wanted to give her some kind of response that would prove to her that you were like this confident bad boy. And you didn't have to do that. She was already into you. See? But just tell me, put it in the comment. What was I off with that analogy? Was I off with that assumption? Like, you were kind of losing your focus of what you originally came into that office for, and start putting it on her, right? That's why you needed to have that response. If it was me in that situation, I would just have been like, yeah, I'm going to take you out, of course, right? But let me go meet with this guy first, and then I'll come back and we'll set something up, right? Just something like that, nonchalant. Don't be a dick about it. Be like, yeah, of course I'm going to take you out. You seem cool. Think I'd like to get to know you better, but I really got to meet this person now. When I get back, I'm going to set this up with you, right? And that's all you need to do. He goes on to say, she was shocked, but gave me those sexy eyes and said, you better. And you're like, you better, right? Like, okay. So you're still here. She's used to guys being here that she's going to reject, of course. These guys are the over pursuers. And then these are the guys that, like, she's really attracted to. Like, the guys that give her a challenge. And then you come in and you're way up here, man. You're like giving off that energy where, like, that's why she instantly, like, here, here's my number, you know. Where I think you fucked up a little bit was just that line. I don't think you fucked up like majorly with that. And again, like I said, I get it. I know where you're coming from. But you didn't need to prove yourself to her because you were already in, right? So let's go on. He says, anyway, we met for a drinks at a local bar and things became physical rather quickly. Okay, good. I could see where this is going though. Okay. If you're watching this video, and if you're not who wrote in this story, but if you're watching this video and you could sense where this is going, write it in the comments. But I have a feeling where this is going. Then I told her we should go get something to eat, and later I could prepare dessert with a flirty smile. Okay, if you say so. Again, I'm sensing that you're losing focus of your forward momentum goal that you had in mind. What did you originally meet her because of? Right? You had a goal in mind with that prospective client, right? You didn't even write in here or mention like how that meeting went. Like, how did it go? Did you get the deal? Did you get the guy to help you out? You know, what happened? Like, you lost sight of that and you start putting your focus on her. Okay? And it goes on to say, it's like, that's when I noticed the shift in her. Exactly. Okay. So, there's still more, and I'm gonna keep reading this, but I want to tell you, since you mentioned Corey Wayne and his teachings and stuff like that, I'm going to do something prospective to him as well. Corey Wayne says to get his book and read it 15 to 20 times so you get the principles and get the foundation. I never mentioned this in my videos, but I should start doing that now. To watch my videos 15 to 20 times, because you pick something new up every time that you watch it, right? Every time that you watch it, you're like, oh, I didn't notice that before. Now I get it, right? And the video that I would recommend to you to watch, bud, is the one where I talk about the highway hypnosis and the road rage, right? Because it sounds like that you're in highway hypnosis. You're not vigilant of what's going on. Highway hypnosis is when you're driving down the street and all of a sudden you reach someone and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, how the hell did I get here? How did I get here? I have no idea how I even got here, right? That's exactly what's starting to happen to you in this situation. Instead of the road rage technique, right? What happens in road rage, the reason why we get road raged out is because the fact that it's a break in our momentum. We start building momentum and then it gets broke and we start feeling that frustration inside. My road rage technique teaches to be consciously aware of putting your date, putting your woman, putting your girlfriend, putting your wife through the road rage technique. You build up momentum, you break momentum. You build momentum, you break momentum. And you keep doing this, right? Remember how I was talking about that dance, right? That we as human beings, we're a very complicated species. And our mating dance is also a very complicated dance, right? But when you start, like she's still doing her dance and you start, pursuing her, right? What happens? You start meeting up with resistance, with this resistance, right? Instead of just going with the flow, right? Your part of your mating dance should be forward focus momentum on my goal. Forward focus momentum on my goal. Her dance is getting this guy to be my boyfriend, getting this guy to be my boyfriend, getting this guy to be my boyfriend. I gotta work hard to get him to be my boyfriend. I gotta work hard to get him my boyfriend. I'm focused on my goal. I'm focused on my goal. So it should be this just dance like this, right? Where you do that road race technique and you go into her a little bit, right? And she's obviously going to naturally back away, and then you pull back, and then she's naturally going to follow suit with that very, very intricate, complicated dance, right? So I guess in your situation, what I would have done was, if she started to get physical, which I'm assuming that she started to get physical with you, which is completely understandable. But But I did say in my video that women will shit test with this, right? Were you aware of that in the time where they're just like, oh man, she's all over me, you know, like I, believe me, I get that. But she'll shit test you because she wants to see where you're at here, and here. Is this all lined up? Is this all congruent, right? Because she saw you here when she met you in the office, and she liked that. She was attracted to that. Remember, she felt that energy coming from you, and you were forward focused on only on one thing, right? And that's where her attraction was at. She was really intrigued by you. She was really attracted to you. And because you were exuding the sexual energy, that probably made her so fucking attracted to you, because you were exuding sexual energy. But that sexual energy wasn't pursuing her, it was pursuing your goal, right? And then you got into the highway hypnosis, where she was all over you, or maybe you were all over her. I don't know. But either way, you got into a highway hypnosis type thing. If she start coming on to you and start being physical with you all of a sudden, most likely, especially on a first date like this, I wouldn't categorize it as she's sexually attracted to me, because it takes a woman like at least 2 or 3 dates to determine if they're sexually attracted to you in that way. They got to feel safe, they got to feel secure, and they got to feel respected. Now, a woman who's a 10 plus would guarantee that she's got this experience in this, and she makes some sacrifices on this date. She wants to know, is this the guy that's going to be on the date, or am I going to be able to knock him down to where, you know, he's like every other guy trying to pursue me. You see what I'm saying? But because the fact that you got in the highway hypnosis, you kept getting notched down, and all of a sudden, you know, she starts getting that disappointment. She's like, you know, like, even though she might have like physically expressed it, because believe me, a woman who's a 10 plus is not going to show in that moment. You know, she's very controlled. Like what I say, like with a 10 plus, like the 12s and up, with those unicorns, that they're so mentally focused, they're so mentally centered, and they're so, I don't want to say self-centered, but they got that core focus in themselves, that they know what they want, how they want, when they want, why they want, where they want, right? And they won't settle for less. So she's willing to sacrifice herself just to test you, to see if you're going to be that way. And because you kept getting notched down, which I started to read a little bit more of your email, I could see why you said what you said in this moment. And he says, that's when I noticed the shift in her, right? This flirty, all over me woman was becoming distant, and we went out to dinner, but it felt like friends, where the physical stuff grinded to a halt. See? You see what happened? The highway hypnosis. Ugh, that got a hold of you, man. That highway hypnosis, right? You stop focusing on your goal. You stop focusing on that. And you start focusing, and you start putting her as the center of that night. And I get it. I understand it, because we're so conditioned by the media to make the woman feel special, make her feel valued, make her feel, you know, like, right. That's not how a 10 plus woman is going to feel valued. She's going to feel valued when she feels safe, when she feels secure, and when she feels respected, right? I have a fourth one, is when she feels sexy, right? But that doesn't come until the second or third, maybe fourth date. You don't make her feel sexy until the, you know, like the third or fourth date, right? Because you want to build on safety, you want to build on security, you want to build on respect, right? And she tested you on your security. She tasted you. Well, it didn't get to that point, but she tested you on your safety, right? How safe were you? How secure were you at your masculine core? You lost focus of that, right? And just by your closing, you said, what did I do wrong, bro? Help me, please. Exactly. There it was, man. Highway hypnosis got a hold of you, right? Go back to that video, watch that, and in fact, watch the rest of the videos and get onto them like 15, 20 times and just watch what happens, right? You'll keep picking up new things more and more and more. You're like, and then when you go back to the Howie Hypnosis video and you see all the different things I add in there, you're like, oh, now I see what happened. Now I can see why I messed up, right? And then you can see like how you could be in your own core. I could give you like a principle of what I would have done in that situation, but it would have worked differently for you. But if you would start doing the road rage technique, right? Do it in your own way because, you know, it's your personality. You do it your way. But what I would have done was the road rage technique. I would have let her build momentum and then break momentum. Then build momentum, then break momentum. So I would have let her be all over me, right? And I would have, you know, playfully, like a push off. I'm like, Jesus, you know, like, you know, I need some breathing room here a little bit, you know? and of course, you know, I would give her like a nice flirty smile, but, you know, but later, definitely, you know, we'll pick up on this where we left off, definitely, for sure, because you taste really good. I like how your kiss tastes, all right? And then just break the momentum, right? That's what I would have done, right? Also, what I would have done to break momentum is let her come back onto me again, right? And in her mind, and I guarantee you a woman like this is thinking she's going to try to rock your core. She wants to bring you down these pegs, right? And when you're focused not on her, but on your goal, because your goal is going to be conscious in the forefront of your mind, it tends to bring other conscious thoughts into your mind, like watching the video of the road rage technique, right? She would have come into me and start kissing me or kissing you, because this is going to be your example. I would have been like, okay, hold on, time on. I'm going to let you kiss me, right? But maybe go a little bit slower than last time because I liked it. I want to enjoy it at a more comfortable pace, right? And then when she comes in, consciously just take charge of the situation and kiss her like twice as much as she was to you. And then she pulls back. She's like, "Wait a minute! I thought you said you were like shut up." And then go back to kissing her again, right? Right? And then pull back again, build the momentum because now you're in control instead of her being in control. And you got her intrigued even more because now she's thinking like, okay, yeah, he was way up here and he's still up here. Like I'm not rocking him, right? And you showed her in a way, in another one of the videos, holding her accountable through your silent actions, not actually calling her out on anything to be accountable for, but silent actions because of the fact that you took control and you showed her that you were the leader and that she was safe and she was secure and she was respected and at the same time having fun at the same time, right? She would have known at that point in time like, oh shit, I didn't bring him down. He's still up here. Okay, well, let me just back off now because I don't want to, mess this up. Because a woman is a 10 plus plus and they keep having that feeling of you, they're not going to want to keep testing you because they don't want to fuck it up. They're going to want to engage with you more and they're going to start being more submissive because they want to make sure they don't screw anything up. They make sure that they don't want to sabotage anything. Because believe me, a woman who's this beautiful, as you say, a 10 plus plus, I say 12s plus unicorns, they're all there. They're all put together and they know. They just know. They just have that sixth sense that they don't want to mess this up, right? When they know that they didn't bring you down, that you still stayed here and stayed in your core, right? So if that helps out, bud, if you want to book a live coaching session with me, again, like I said, you can use the same email that you used to write this, and we can set up a live coaching session. We can either do Skype, we can do Zoom. I have that, or if you got Google Duo, we can do Google Duo as well. And if anybody else wants to submit in their story, use the email address in the description of this video, and I'll answer your email like I did in this video as well. And I appreciate your time, bud, for writing this in, because again, like I said, we're both getting value out of this. So I'm getting a chance to read your email, and I'm putting it out there for other people to watch and gain some insightful knowledge. And at the same time, you get some knowledge as well of what you need to do. P.S. Do you think I have a second chance with this woman? That's a good question. What do you think? Where do you think you're at? What do you think is going on? Right? I'm asking you these questions because I want you to see where your attention's at. You're still highway hypnosis with this woman. You're still highway hypnosis with her. Right? You're still focusing to give a second chance with her. Not once did you mention in your email about your prospective client that you met with. How did it go? How did things happen? Did you get the deal? Did you go out and celebrate? Right? And again, like I said, so with that PS, do I think you have a second chance with her? Not if you're still in highway hypnosis, you don't. Not at all. Not one bit. However, if you get back into where you were, forward focus momentum, get back into your sexual energy again, because I'm sure you're going to meet with this guy again, and she's going to be there again, and she senses that off of you, right? I think it's going to take some time because you're here at this level, and it's going to take some time to get back up, to get back up, to get back up, to get back up, to get back up. So it's going to take several meetings of her to see you to get that level of you. Again, don't go into the highway hypnosis. I know a lot of guys, and this is why I offer the coaching. This is why this is important, because I don't want you to get your ego involved, only to get it bruised, only to become a cold dick, right? Because I know that what a lot of guys thinking with this is, well, I'll just ignore her. Like, no, don't do that, because you're still highway hypnosis thinking. Well, then I just won't give her the attention. No, don't do that, because you're still highway hypnosis thinking. How would you act if you were forward focus momentum on your goal and you were giving her the road rage technique? How would you give her the road rage technique? You'd be friendly. Hey, nice to see you again. How's it going? I'm going to go meet this guy, but when I come up, if you want to talk, we can. That's fine. If not, I got another guy I don't want to meet, but or I'm going to go out and do something else, whatever. Would I ask her on a date? No, absolutely not. Do not ask this woman, especially a 10 plus woman who's well put together like this. Do not ask her out again. Let her ask you out. She did it the first time. She could do it again. And she will if you build yourself back up, right? This is why it's important to get involved in coaching, so I can keep you centered. I can keep you grounded, keep you level-headed with this. And I can give you things for you to write down and take notes on and say, look, this is what you need to do. Remind yourself of this every day until it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? All right. One of my favorite sayings that I love, that I've actually coined this myself, is I'm not where I want to be because I'm not who I need to be there yet. All right. Listen to that again. I'm not where I want to be because I'm not who I need to be there yet. Right? So if you found this video of help, please make sure you hit the like, the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, get more type of videos like this where I'm helping guys. And if women want to come in and they want to write their emails, I definitely more than happy to help you out as well. I'm sorry, I'm just really excited about this because I got my first email, so I'm like a little kid, like, yeah, right, yeah, I got the, yeah. But yeah, so anyway, Send in your emails. I'll put the email in the description of this video. Send in your email, and I'll go over the fee of how much it's going to cost to do the video, and I'll address it. And then, I always like to do something where I follow up with you and say, like, how satisfied were you with my video? Like, were you satisfied with it? Did you like the content? Did you get the answers you were looking for in this video, right? And then if you didn't get the content, you didn't get the value that you thought you would, I'm gonna give you like a partial refund for the video, But I want to strive to do my best to make sure that I give you the best content you possibly can have. So anyway, I'm Ryan Bodgwick. This is Sex with Gods, and I look forward to talking to you in the afterlife.